Hey guys, how you going? This is BillyEatWorld again. Thanks for stopping by, and just remember, if you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like button. Also, feel free to take a look at some of my other Battlefield 4 videos if you like. You can find them all in a playlist in the description down below. But anyway, today we're going to be taking a look at the life of Gunnery Sergeant Carlos Hathcock, who many people would believe was the best US sniper of all time. And that's because, among other things, he racked up a total of 93 kills, which is one of the highest confirmed kill totals of any US sniper. That being said, even Chris Kyle, the sniper with the most confirmed kills, believed that Hathcock was a better sniper because the confirmation requirements were a lot tougher at the time. And probably the most impressive thing about this is that he did it all with fairly basic weaponry and without modern technology to help him out. Bearing that in mind, this video isn't exactly going to be a loadout video like usual, because the old Winchester Model 70 he used isn't actually in BF4. So what you can see in the background is the next best thing, the current standard sniper rifle of the US Marines, the M40. What I'm going to do with this video instead is focus more on the history side of things, but don't worry, I'll be back to regular loadout videos very soon. In the meantime though, sit back and enjoy the clips, and if you like this style of video, make sure you let me know in the comments section below. But anyway, to kick off, every legend has a beginning, and the story of Carlos Hathcock starts back in 1942 when he was born in Little Rock, Arkansas. He spent most of his childhood here in the country with his grandmother until he was old enough to join the US Marines at the age of 17. Shortly after that, he married his wife Jo Winstead in 1962 at the age of 20, and they had a son who they also named Carlos Hathcock. Meanwhile, he was quickly making a name for himself in the Marines as an exceptional sharpshooter, winning the prestigious Wimbledon Cup for long-range shooting in 1965. Shortly after that, in 1966, he was deployed to Vietnam, initially serving as a military policeman until eventually being selected to become a sniper. And it was obvious that this was the role he was destined for because he was so effective that the NVA put a $30,000 bounty on his head. They even called him the White Feather because of the one he wore in his hat, and they often sent out enemy sniper teams to hunt him down. And this led to some of the most famous sniper duels in history, which have become so legendary, they've even inspired Hollywood movies. Just like Daniel Jackson in Saving Private Ryan, Hathcock is reported to have shot an enemy sniper through his telescopic scope. This means the sniper had to be aiming directly at him, and it was pretty likely that he was only moments away from being shot himself. As well as this, he also took out the infamous female Viet Cong sniper known as Apache, who was well known for wounding her victims and letting them bleed out. This baited in even more troops trying to rescue the wounded, so taking her out was a massive morale boost to the US forces. Hathcock's most famous mission, though, and apparently the only one he removed his white feather for, was a covert mission to assassinate an NVA officer. He volunteered for it only a few days before he was due to be sent home, without even knowing any of the details. The mission involved crawling to the target on his stomach for 1,500 yards, and at one point he came so close to the enemy they almost stepped on him. But eventually, after 4 days and 3 nights, he did finally reach his firing position and killed the enemy officer with a single shot to the chest. Apart from his kill count and these famous duels though, Hathcock is probably best known for his use of unconventional tactics and weaponry. For example, he was one of the first snipers to see the potential in the 50 BMG round while using an M2 machine gun he'd fitted with a telescopic scope. It was with this weapon he set another of his records, killing a target from an astounding 2,500 yards, which at the time was the longest kill shot in history. And he held this record for 35 years, until it was finally broken by Canadian snipers who were also using the 50 BMG round. Hathcock's story in Vietnam came to an abrupt end though, not at the end of a sniper's bullet, but in an armoured personnel carrier on his second deployment. The APC hit an AT mine just north of a position called LZ Baldy, and it burst into flames, leaving Hathcock and the other Marines on board with serious injuries. Despite being seriously wounded himself, Hathcock managed to drag 7 Marines free of the burning wreckage, which no doubt saved their lives, and it was for this act and not his sniping that he received his highest honour, the Silver Star Medal for Bravery. After this incident, he was never able to return to Vietnam and served out the rest of his military career training other snipers back in the USA. He continued in this role as an instructor, but in 1975, he was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, which led to him being medically discharged in 1979. Unfortunately, Hathcock never really came to terms with being discharged from the Marines, and apparently he suffered from depression. But later on, he found a new purpose in life as a civilian sniping instructor, going on to train police snipers, as well as SOF units like SEAL Team 6. In 1999, at the age of 56, Hathcock the man sadly passed away in Virginia Beach as a result of his MS. His legend still lives on in the Marine Corps though, in a number of programs and awards that have been named in his honour. Springfield even dedicated a variant of the M1A rifle to him, calling it the M25 White Feather. So even though he's no longer with us, his legend is still strong, and it's unlikely there'll ever be a US sniper quite as legendary as Carlos Hathcock. But anyway guys, that just about wraps up this video, so let me know what you think in the comment section below, and as always, if you like what you see, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Also, don't forget to check out the links in the description below if you want to see any more of my videos, or if you want to support my channel on Patreon, and until next time, see you later, and have a good one.